Nestled in the heart of Western Asia lies the Islamic Republic of Iran, a land shrouded in mystery and rich in history, where the fabric of daily life is woven tightly with strict laws and traditions. In this country, women are required to cover their faces, a custom that reflects centuries-old customs and societal norms, creating an atmosphere of concealment and modesty that has become synonymous with Iranian culture. Yet beneath this surface of tradition and regulation, there are numerous astonishing truths waiting to be uncovered, revealing a nation far more complex and fascinating than it might appear at first glance. Iran holds an impressive record as the Asian country with the highest number of cosmetic surgeries performed annually. The reasons behind this phenomenon are multifaceted, encompassing societal pressures, a desire for personal transformation, and the influence of a burgeoning beauty industry. In addition to its modern pursuits, Iran has also legalized temporary marriages, a practice that allows couples to formalize relationships for a limited period, offering a unique approach to love and companionship that challenges many Western perceptions of romance and commitment. Women in Iran can even choose to grant their husbands the option of having a second wife, reflecting a flexible and sometimes controversial facet of the country's social fabric. Furthermore, love affairs can be arranged for short durations, sometimes lasting only a few days, defying conventional notions of long-term relationships and emphasizing the country's complex relationship with intimacy and personal choice. Travelers and enthusiasts alike are often stunned to learn that Iran is home to flying carpets, a symbol of legendary tales and folklore, with some valued at tens of millions of dollars. These carpets, true to their mythic reputation, are not mere fantasy but real artifacts of exquisite craftsmanship, treasured by collectors and connoisseurs worldwide. Such extraordinary phenomena serve as a reminder that Iran is a land where myth and reality intertwine seamlessly, breaking the stereotypes often associated with the Middle East. Iran is a nation that continually defies expectations, shattering long-held assumptions and revealing an array of hidden truths that only deepen its allure. And this is just the beginning of what lies beneath its surface. Join us as we explore 10 astonishing facts about Iran, truths that are likely to change everything you thought you knew about this enigmatic country. Located in the very core of Western Asia, Iran, also historically known as Persia, extends over an area of approximately 1,648,195 square kilometers. It is a diverse and populous country home to more than 86 million people, each contributing to the vibrant tapestry of Iranian society. The country's rugged landscape is punctuated by over 1,500 mountain peaks soaring higher than 3,000 meters, creating a natural fortress that has historically provided both protection and challenge. These mountains form a formidable barrier, with their snow-capped summits in winter and blazing, arid conditions in the summer months. As one travels along Iran's southern coastline, they are greeted by dramatic cliffs plunging directly into the sea, offering breathtaking vistas and a sense of untouched wilderness. To the east, vast deserts such as Dasht-e-Kuvir and Dasht-e-Lut stretch out endlessly, with some areas recording surface temperatures soaring as high as 70.7 degrees Celsius. These deserts are among the most inhospitable places on Earth, characterized by their extreme heat and arid conditions, making survival there a testament to the resilience of nature and the people who inhabit these regions. The geography of Iran, with its imposing mountains, expansive deserts, and rugged coastlines, is nothing short of astonishing. It creates a landscape that is as challenging as it is beautiful, fostering a diverse population with an extraordinary mosaic of ethnicities and languages. Yet, this very terrain also complicates transportation and cultural exchange, often isolating minority communities living in remote mountainous regions. Such geographical barriers tend to perpetuate ongoing interethnic tensions, adding layers of complexity to Iran's social and political landscape. From a geopolitical perspective, Iran occupies a strategic position in the Middle East, sharing borders with several key nations, including Azerbaijan, Armenia, Turkey, Iraq, Pakistan, Afghanistan, and Turkmenistan. Its coastal access on the Caspian Sea to the north, combined with its proximity to the Persian Gulf and the Gulf of Oman in the south, grants Iran a commanding influence over regional trade routes and energy supplies. The Strait of Hormuz, passing through the strategic Hormuz Strait, stands as one of the world's most vital maritime choke points, through which nearly one-third of all global oil shipments pass. Its shallow waters and coral reefs in the Oman sector make navigation challenging, but the deep, secure waters controlled by Iran provide safe passage for the world's oil tankers, highlighting Iran's critical role in global energy security. With a history spanning thousands of years, Iran has given rise to one of the most extraordinary civilizations in human history, the Persian Empire. Founded by Cyrus the Great in the year 655 before the Common Era, this empire once stretched over an area exceeding 5,500,000 square kilometers, from Egypt and Greece in the west to India in the east. Though Alexander the Great conquered Persia between the years of 2003 and 2010, a satellite operated by NASA's Earth Observation Agency meticulously monitored the surface of our planet, and during this period, it identified a particular desert that consistently registered as the hottest point on the entire globe. This region, known as the Lut Desert, became renowned for its extreme temperatures, with records set in 2005 revealing astonishingly high ground temperatures reaching an incredible 70 degrees Celsius, a figure that could almost be deemed unimaginable. As technological advancements led to the deployment of more sophisticated measuring instruments, subsequent readings recorded even higher temperatures, soaring up to 80.8 degrees Celsius, making survival in such an environment nearly impossible without specialized equipment or extraordinary resilience. This naturally raises the question, what makes this desert so oppressively hot? The Lut Desert is encircled on all sides by towering mountain ranges, which serve as formidable barriers preventing moist air masses from the Mediterranean and Arabian Seas from penetrating into the interior. These natural mountain walls effectively isolate the desert's climate, transforming the land into a colossal oven that radiates intense heat, especially in areas where the surface is covered by dark volcanic rocks. These rocks, absorbing almost the entire spectrum of sunlight, act like giant heat traps, soaking up solar energy with minimal reflection and thus contributing to the blistering temperatures. During the spring season, fleeting streams of water sometimes descend from the surrounding mountains, but this moisture quickly evaporates under the relentless sun or seeps into the ground, leaving behind only a landscape composed of rocks, sand, and vast expanses of white salt flats. Covering an area exceeding 51,800 square kilometers, the Lut Desert is almost entirely devoid of life, with the rare exceptions of scattered shrubs that can grow up to 10 meters tall, clinging stubbornly to existence amid the hostile environment. Despite its apparent harshness, this wild and unforgiving terrain hides a mesmerizing beauty that continues to attract scientists, explorers, and thrill-seekers alike, all eager to experience its stark, otherworldly landscape firsthand. The region is celebrated for its unique topographical features and extraordinary geological formations, which evoke awe and wonder in every traveler fortunate enough to venture into its depths. Yet, the Lut Desert is not defined solely by its extreme climate. It is also a treasure trove of archaeological significance. Over recent years, archaeologists have uncovered as many as 87 ancient settlements scattered across the desert, dating from the 5th millennium BCE to the Islamic period, thereby revealing a rich and mysterious cultural heritage that had remained hidden beneath the scorching sands for centuries. Thanks to these discoveries, the desert's historical and cultural importance has been recognized on a global scale, leading to its inclusion in the list of UNESCO World Heritage Sites in the year 2016. The Lut Desert stands as a blazing jewel in the heart of the Middle East, a region that continually tests the limits of human endurance and the very concept of time itself. Moving on from the desert's fiery expanses, our journey now takes us to a remarkable tribe, where the custom of a wife selecting a new bride for her husband is practiced as a matter of tradition. This fascinating social custom is deeply rooted in their cultural fabric. The tribe, known as the Qashqai, migrated thousands of miles across the harsh terrains of Central Asia, driven by the relentless winds and shifting sands, before arriving in Iran during the 10th and 11th centuries. They brought with them a rich heritage of traditions, beliefs, and an indomitable spirit of independence. Today, the Qashqai number approximately 400,000 individuals, making them the second largest nomadic tribe within the country of Iran, and serving as the last living symbol of the traditional nomadic lifestyle that once thrived across the region. Most Qashqai now reside in the fertile mountainous areas surrounding the towns of Shiraz and Firozabad, located within the Fars province. They remain faithful to their pastoral roots, engaging in seasonal migrations that allow them to adapt to the changing demands of their environment. Living in close harmony with nature, they continue to uphold customs and practices handed down through countless generations, preserving a way of life that is both ancient and resilient. Among the tribe's most intriguing cultural traditions is their unique perspective on family and marriage. An important rule dictates that a man is not permitted to take a second wife without the consent of his current wife, a stipulation that is generally associated with issues of infertility. Interestingly, it is the first wife who chooses the second wife for her husband, a decision that is made with mutual agreement and respect. In every case, the husband's objections are not considered valid. Moreover, remaining unmarried or single is considered taboo within Qashqai society, as it is viewed as a form of selfishness and a violation of the natural law of survival, a principle deeply embedded in their worldview. This complex system of social customs reflects the tribe's deep-seated values and their unwavering commitment to maintaining harmony, kinship, and tradition in the face of the modern world's pressures. Beyond their strict familial traditions, the people of Qashqai are renowned for their extraordinary craftsmanship in the art of rug weaving. This ancient Persian craft has been refined over countless generations, passed down through the ages with unwavering dedication. The woolen carpets and intricately embroidered textiles created by Qashqai women stand as a vibrant testament to their rich cultural heritage, embodying a world of colors that deeply reflect their spiritual beliefs and fiercely independent spirit. During festive occasions, Qashqai women distinguish themselves with their traditional attire and elegantly tied headscarves, often becoming the focal point of any celebration or gathering. For decades, the Iranian authorities have persistently attempted to resettle the Qashqai nomads into permanent settlements, aiming to integrate them into modern life. However, the Qashqai people have consistently resisted such efforts, viewing their nomadic lifestyle as the only true way to preserve their identity. For them, living in harmony with the mountains, the wind, the sands, and their livestock, much like their ancestors, represents the essence of their very existence and cultural continuity. Yet, the world around them is changing rapidly. Climate change, coupled with mounting economic pressures, has made herding and nomadic life increasingly difficult. Many young Qashqai individuals are leaving the mountains in search of opportunities in urban environments, seeking education and employment in bustling cities. However, caught between the dazzling lights of modern metropolises and their deep-rooted traditions, these young people often feel torn apart, striving for progress while feeling a profound sense of responsibility to uphold their ancestral customs. The elders of the tribe worry about what the future holds. They understand all too well that if the younger generation loses pride in their heritage, the values that once defined the Qashqai people could gradually fade into oblivion, taking their cultural identity with them. Ahead of us lies the discovery of one of the most astonishing ancient forests in the world, an additional treasure that Iran can be proud of. Nestled at the confluence of the southern shores of the Caspian Sea and the northern slopes of the Alborz Mountains lies the Gurkhan-Caspian Forest, a vast, seemingly endless green carpet stretching across time and space, covering an area of more than 55,000 hectares. The majority of this forest is located within Iran's borders, with only a small portion extending into Azerbaijan. But this is not merely a forest. It is a living testament to the resilience and survival of nature over tens of millions of years. The Gurkhan forest is considered one of the oldest surviving forests on Earth, with an estimated age of up to 50 million years. Deep within its lush depths, archaeologists and researchers have uncovered traces of Neanderthals, some of humanity's earliest ancestors, whose markings have been found on the walls of ancient caves within the forest. Remarkably, while most European forests disappeared during the last glacial period, the Gurkhan forest endured, shielded from the harsh cold by the natural barrier of the Caspian Sea. Over the epochs of geological upheaval and climatic shifts, this ancient woodland has developed a rare and unique ecosystem. Here, temperate rainforests intertwine with tundra steppes, and layers upon layers of diverse and mysterious flora flourish. Beyond its role as a vital oxygen producer, the Gurkhan forest is also a repository of medicinal herbs. For centuries, various plant species found within its bounds have been studied and utilized by traditional Iranian healers, serving as natural remedies that support human health even today. The animal inhabitants of the forest are equally remarkable, including wolves, noble deer, jackals, Persian brown bears, and notably, the Persian leopard, a subspecies of leopard that ranks among the largest in the world. Adult Persian leopards can reach weights of up to 90 kilograms. Presently, this majestic predator teeters on the brink of extinction, and its presence in the forest underscores the immense biological value of this ancient woodland. The continued existence of the Persian leopard is a stark reminder of the urgent need to protect this irreplaceable ecosystem, which harbors many species that have survived since prehistoric times. Iran is home to a diverse array of indigenous tribes, each one diligently preserving their ancient traditions, beliefs, customs, and culinary practices. These cultures are deeply rooted in the rich tapestry of Iran's long history, reflecting a heritage that dates back thousands of years. The culinary traditions of these communities are especially notable, bearing the unmistakable imprint of ancient Persian and regional influences, which have been carefully passed down through generations. In recognition of the exceptional natural beauty and the cultural significance of these landscapes, the Garakan Forest, often called the Green Heart of Iran, was inscribed on the UNESCO World Heritage List in the year 2019. This designation honors not only the pristine ecological environment but also the cultural vitality that has thrived there for centuries, a true natural wonder that has continued to breathe life into the human story through countless ages. Iran, in addition to its cultural riches, holds a significant position in the geopolitical landscape as the nation with the highest number of refugees in Asia. For more than 40 years, the Islamic Republic of Iran has been one of the world's leading and most enduring havens for displaced persons. Since the upheavals and conflicts that began in the late 1970s, Iran has quietly opened its borders to hundreds of thousands of individuals fleeing violence and instability in their homelands. Since 1979, when the Middle East plunged into widespread wars and upheaval, Iran has remained a steady refuge, offering safety to those in desperate need. According to government estimates, by the year 2021, roughly 800,000 refugees resided within Iran. Among them, over 700,000 are Afghan nationals, with the remaining population comprising Iraqis, Syrians, and Pakistanis, people who arrived seeking sanctuary and a chance at survival. Many of these refugees come with the hope of finding security and stability, often willing to accept low-paying, difficult work simply to endure each day. Yet, official statistics do not fully reveal the entire scope of the situation. It is estimated that between 1.5 and 2 million undocumented Afghan nationals also live within Iran, their presence complicating social management and placing additional strain on the country's already stretched economy. Beyond this, a troubling issue quietly spreading across Iranian society is human trafficking, particularly involving women and children. Vulnerable and impoverished individuals are easily exploited, becoming victims of forced labor, sexual exploitation, and organized crime networks. Alarmingly, data published by Iranian authorities themselves indicates that approximately 3 million children between the ages of 10 and 15 are engaged in strenuous, poorly paid work. These tasks include jobs in transportation, waste processing, construction, car washing, and the production of traditional carpets. Meanwhile, local media sources suggest that the true number of child laborers could be as high as 7 million. Many of these children are forced into begging, while others are drawn into illegal activities such as drug trafficking. Confronted with such stark figures, some might hastily conclude that Iran is a nation falling behind in development. However, the reality is far more complex. Despite these social challenges, Iran remains an economy of considerable scale. As of the year 2022, Iran's gross domestic product, measured by purchasing power parity, was approximately $1.6 trillion. The average income per capita reached around $18,487, placing Iran among the ranks of many emerging economies and only slightly behind China. In its major cities, Iranians are attentive to global trends, living vibrant, modern, and dynamic lives. Despite facing numerous hardships and social pressures, the country maintains resilience and continues to play a vital humanitarian role on the international stage. These efforts often come at a high cost, involving significant sacrifices and societal strain. Moving forward, we will explore a uniquely Iranian marriage practice that stands out for its cultural importance and legal recognition. But before we proceed, take a moment to pause and reflect. Spend 5 seconds to appreciate this content and consider engaging with the material. Such support is invaluable to us. Now, let us continue with our discussion. Iran boasts a distinctive form of marriage known locally as temporary marriage, a practice that is officially recognized and sanctioned both by the state and Islamic law. This arrangement is far from being a casual or uncommitted union. It is a formal contract that holds legal and religious validity. Contrary to some misconceptions, it is neither a joke nor a form of casual cohabitation without obligations. Instead, it is a well-established institution, rooted in centuries of tradition, that serves specific social, religious, and cultural purposes within Iranian society. In contrast, this practice is fully legalized, officially recognized through formal certification, and often accompanied by solemn religious ceremonies that lend it a sense of legitimacy and spiritual approval. A temporary marriage allows a man and a woman to cohabitate and engage in emotional and physical intimacy for a predetermined period, which typically ranges from 3 to 5 months, without the concern of violating any laws. Such arrangements are viewed by many as a legal solution for young people who are either unprepared or unable to enter into a formal, long-term marriage. This is especially relevant in a country where approximately 65% of the population consists of individuals under the age of 25. The high unemployment rate and economic instability further complicate traditional marital commitments, making temporary unions a seemingly practical alternative. However, access to this form of marriage is not universal. Women must be either divorced or widowed to enter into such an arrangement. If a woman has never been married, her consent is required from her biological father. Men, on the other hand, regardless of whether they are already married or not, can enter into temporary marriage contracts provided they can demonstrate sufficient financial resources to support the woman throughout the duration of the agreement. The ceremony itself is relatively simple, typically conducted within a mosque in the presence of religious officials who oversee the proceedings. Once the contract is signed, the temporary marriage is considered legally binding and can be extended upon mutual consent from both parties. Some human rights advocates highlight a positive aspect of this practice, suggesting that it might reduce the prevalence of prostitution and help young people maintain healthy emotional lives within the bounds of the law. Nonetheless, the reality proves to be much more complex and fraught with social issues. Increasingly, critics are voicing concerns about the long-term societal consequences of temporary marriages. For instance, children may be born without any knowledge of who their biological father is, which raises questions about identity and stability. Women involved in such unions often face social stigma and ostracism, which can further marginalize them within their communities. Additionally, some men tend to evade responsibility for paternity or refuse to commit to long-term relationships with women who have previously been involved in temporary marriages. This leads to a profound question. Is temporary marriage genuinely a short-term societal solution imposed by external pressures, or does it pose a risk of fostering future humanitarian instability? This debate continues to provoke intense discussions across Iranian society, reflecting deep concerns about morality, social cohesion, and long-term national stability. Iran itself is a country situated at a strategic crossroads between the Middle East and Central Asia, renowned not only for its rich cultural heritage and historical significance but also for its vast natural resources, which rank among the most abundant in the world. According to data from the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries, Iran's proven oil reserves amount to approximately 208.6 billion barrels, placing it third globally after Saudi Arabia and Venezuela. Furthermore, the nation possesses the second-largest natural gas reserves worldwide, exceeding 30 trillion cubic meters, second only to Russia. Currently, Iran ranks third globally in natural gas production, following Russia and the United States of America. Oil and gas together fulfill around 80% of the country's internal energy needs and form the backbone of Iran's economy, generating a significant portion of its export revenues. In the year 2022, Iran was producing roughly 3.45 million barrels of crude oil daily, of which approximately 1.515 million barrels were exported, with the remainder allocated to domestic consumption. Regarding natural gas, Iran has the capacity to export nearly 17 billion cubic meters per day, which yields substantial income in foreign currency. The country's vast energy resources continue to play a pivotal role in shaping its geopolitical influence and economic stability, making Iran a key player on the global energy stage. In the year 2021, the oil sector alone contributed approximately $38.7 billion to the national economy, a figure that surged to nearly $58 billion in 2022. This latter amount marked a record high since the year 2017, reflecting a significant rebound and an unprecedented level of revenue generation from oil exports during this period. When factoring in domestic consumption, meaning the oil used within the country itself, the total economic value derived from Iran's oil industry could well surpass $115 billion. This demonstrates just how vital oil remains to the nation's financial landscape, serving as a cornerstone of its economic structure. While oil and gas continue to dominate Iran's resource-based industries, the country is also making considerable strides in the realm of renewable energy. According to the latest data released by Iran's Ministry of Energy, renewable sources such as wind and solar power now account for roughly 6% of the nation's total electricity generation. This share, although still modest, signifies a clear governmental commitment to diversify the energy mix and move towards sustainable development. The government's ambitious plan aims to boost this figure to 10% by the year 2025, which underscores a long-term strategic goal to reduce reliance on fossil fuels and promote cleaner, greener energy sources for future generations. Beyond its substantial oil and natural gas reserves, Iran is also known as a mineral-rich country, possessing vast deposits of various valuable resources. The United States Geological Survey classifies Iran's zinc and copper ore reserves among the largest in the world, highlighting the country's potential as a major player in the global mining industry. Additionally, Iran boasts considerable quantities of rare minerals such as chromium, lead, manganese, sulfur, gold, uranium, and titanium. These mineral resources form a solid foundation for a thriving mining and metallurgical sector, providing raw materials for both domestic industries and export markets. This mineral wealth not only contributes to Iran's economic diversification but also enhances its strategic importance on the international stage. In the sphere of nuclear technology, Iran has achieved remarkable progress that has garnered worldwide attention. The country has successfully enriched uranium up to 90% purity, reaching a level that is technically sufficient for the development of nuclear weapons, should it choose to pursue that path. Moreover, Iran has independently developed advanced centrifuges capable of accelerating the uranium enrichment process, reflecting a significant technological breakthrough. Since 2011, Iran has operated the Bushehr nuclear power plant, which stands as a symbol of its scientific and technological advancements, as well as its aspirations for energy independence. This nuclear facility represents a critical milestone in Iran's efforts to establish itself as a self-sufficient and technologically capable nation capable of producing its own energy resources. Iran is globally renowned for producing some of the most exquisite and highly valued carpets in the world. For centuries, Persian carpets have been regarded as symbols of elegance, craftsmanship, and cultural heritage. To art lovers and connoisseurs of history alike, these carpets embody an enduring symbol of sophistication and timeless beauty. In the fairy tales of Persia that captivated many of us during childhood, the legendary flying carpet was not merely a myth but a reflection of an illustrious civilization where art and culture were woven into the very fabric of society. Created over 2.5 millennia ago during the height of the mighty Persian Empire, these carpets transitioned from simple household items into sophisticated works of art, embodying the cultural identity, history, and spirit of Iran. Every Persian carpet is a labor of love, meticulously handcrafted over many years, sometimes even decades, by skilled artisans whose dedication elevates their work beyond mere craftsmanship. To create these masterpieces is more than a profession. It is considered a sacred journey in which each master weaver invests their thoughts, life experiences, and heartfelt emotions into every knot and pattern. Among the most traditional and esteemed regional styles is the Gaba carpets from the Fars province in southwestern Iran. Known for their distinctive motifs and spiritual depth, Gaba carpets are highly prized by collectors and connoisseurs worldwide. Artisans often say that the true magic of Gaba lies in its ability to mirror the inner world of the weaver. Each pattern, each ornament, becomes a window into the emotions and soul of its creator. When one observes the intricate designs, they can almost feel the emotions flowing from the artisan's heart into the woven fabric. Recognized by UNESCO as part of the intangible cultural heritage of humanity, Persian carpet weaving is a living, breathing tradition that continues to thrive in Iran. The materials used, namely wool and silk, are entirely natural, and the dyes are extracted from plants and insects, resulting in colors that are difficult, if not impossible, to reproduce exactly. No two Persian carpets are exactly alike. Each one is a unique masterpiece, imbued with the individual character of its creator. This exclusivity and craftsmanship drive their value to extraordinary heights. The average Persian carpet might sell for around $3,000, but exceptional examples, rare and highly sought after, can fetch hundreds of thousands, or even millions, of dollars, making them some of the world record, officially documented in the Guinness Book of Records, belongs to the Clark Squee leaf carpet, a masterpiece of craftsmanship that achieved legendary status when it was sold at an auction house named Sotheby's in New York City in the year 2013. The sale price was nothing short of astonishing, ranging from $30 million to $33.7 million, a figure that underscores the immense value placed on such an extraordinary artifact. Today, the export of carpets has become a significant pillar of Iran's economy, ranking second only to the oil industry. Despite its economic importance, this ancient craft faces an increasingly uncertain future. The younger generations are gradually losing interest in weaving and textile arts, a trend that raises concerns among cultural preservationists. This waning enthusiasm is largely attributed to the heavy toll that traditional weaving has taken on the lives of older artisans. Years spent working at traditional looms often resulted in physical hardships that sometimes led to health issues and personal sacrifices. Without urgent measures to safeguard this heritage, Persian carpet making risks disappearing from everyday life altogether within the next decade and a half or 2 decades. In such a scenario, these intricate works of art might become relics confined to textbooks and museum displays, rather than living traditions passed down through generations. Nevertheless, despite the relentless march of industrialization and the rapid development of modern manufacturing technologies, Persian carpets continue to hold a revered place in the world. They remain a living testament to human ingenuity, craftsmanship, and the indomitable spirit of cultural expression. These artifacts are far more than mere objects. They are a symphony of history, culture, and emotion, woven into every thread and knot. When discussions turn to plastic surgery, many people instinctively think of South Korea or Thailand, countries renowned across Asia for their advanced cosmetic clinics and beauty industries. Yet, in terms of rhinoplasty procedures alone, Iran, a Middle Eastern nation with some of the strictest laws concerning women, surprisingly ranks first globally. Although official statistics are scarce, experts estimate that nearly 40,000 rhinoplasty surgeries are performed annually in Iran. What is truly remarkable is that this trend is not limited to women alone. An increasing number of Iranian men are also seeking cosmetic procedures, eager to enhance their appearance and boost self-confidence. Today, bustling clinics offering aesthetic treatments have become a common sight across Iran, where the cost of such surgeries is significantly lower than in the United States or Europe. The Iranian beauty industry not only serves the local population but is also increasingly attracting international clients, individuals from abroad eager to transform their looks at a more affordable rate. This rapid growth within the beauty sector mirrors a subtle yet profound transformation taking place within Iranian society itself. For many, plastic surgery is no longer merely about superficial beauty. It represents a path toward greater self-assurance, a way to highlight personal success, wealth, and social status. However, this trend is not universally embraced. Some Iranians express concern that the country's increasing openness to Western influences threatens to erode its traditional cultural identity. About 66 kilometers northeast of Tehran, majestically rising amidst the rugged peaks of the Elburz mountain range, stands Mount Defiant, an eternal symbol of Iran's natural splendor and national spirit. With an elevation of 5,671 meters above sea level, Defiant is not only the highest peak in Iran but also the tallest volcano in all of Asia. It ranks among the 12 most prominent mountains in the world, distinguished by its topographical significance and striking presence, earning it the right to be called the roof of this legendary land. Its last eruption occurred approximately 5,300 years ago, in the early Bronze Age. Today, a small volcanic crater remains at its summit, where bright yellow sulfur deposits serve as a vivid reminder of Defiant's fiery past. This majestic mountain continues to inspire awe and admiration, embodying Iran's enduring connection to both its natural environment and its rich historical legacy. Surrounding the majestic peaks and ancient glaciers, the region once relied on these living rivers of ice as an invaluable source of water for nearby villages and agricultural lands situated below. These icy streams played a crucial role in nourishing many of Iran's great rivers, supporting life and prosperity in the area for centuries. Unfortunately, in recent decades, the relentless march of climate change has begun to diminish these vital glacial flows year after year, causing their once mighty currents to dwindle gradually. As the warm seasons grow longer and temperatures rise, the glaciers retreat, revealing less and less of the icy reservoirs that once fed the region's waterways. Nature, in its generosity, also bestowed this mountainous land with mineral-rich hot springs along its slopes and at its foothills. Local inhabitants have long believed that these waters possess remarkable healing properties, capable of curing chronic wounds and various skin ailments. Over generations, these springs have become treasured natural remedies, not only used locally but also bottled and distributed across the country, bringing relief and comfort to many. Yet, the geographical and ecological significance of Defiant extends far beyond these practical uses. This mountain, in essence, embodies the very soul of ancient Persian culture. In the rich tapestry of Zoroastrian legends and epic tales, Defiant is famously known as the prison of Azadahak, the legendary three-headed dragon embodying chaos and destruction, an eternal adversary that challenged the order of the universe until the end of time. It is also believed that the mountain was the place where the tyrant Zahak was eternally chained to the rocks and bound by the heroic Feyreydin, symbolizing the triumph of good over evil. Moreover, many hold that Defiant possesses mystical powers, deep-rooted in the spiritual consciousness of the people. According to legend, it was from this very mountain that a legendary hero launched a magical arrow, marking the boundary between the Persian realm and the land of the Turanians, signifying the mountain's role as a symbol of national identity and divine protection. In many ways, Defiant transcends its physical presence as a natural wonder. It stands as a symbol of courage, an emblem of the relentless pursuit of freedom, and a sacred source of inspiration that continues to live vibrantly in the collective soul of the Iranian people. It is a monument not only of geological majesty but also of cultural resilience and spiritual significance. Turning to a different treasure, saffron, often called red gold, has captivated the world for centuries, not only because of its vivid hue but also due to its immense value. It remains one of the most expensive spices by weight, treasured across civilizations for its rarity and culinary excellence. Behind this precious commodity lies a story of arduous labor, patience, and dedication that remains largely unknown to those who enjoy its benefits. The cultivation of saffron is an intricate and delicate process, demanding specific soil and climatic conditions found only in certain regions. Growing this spice requires meticulous care, unwavering passion, and a great deal of perseverance, traits that make saffron farming an activity not suited for the impatient. Farmers rise long before dawn, braving cold winter mornings to carefully harvest the delicate flowers at the precise moment they bloom, a fleeting window that lasts only briefly each year. Each saffron flower produces just 3 stigmas, or threads, which are prized for their distinctive aroma and potent properties. To produce a single kilogram of dried saffron, thousands of flowers, more than 11,000, must be hand-picked from fields covering nearly 1.5 hectares. The entire harvest must be gathered swiftly, as all the flowers bloom simultaneously and will quickly fade away, making the harvesting window extremely narrow. This intense labor and the fleeting nature of the bloom are what renders saffron so rare and expensive, elevating its status among the world's most valuable spices. Today, Iran stands at the forefront of global saffron production, accounting for the lion's share of the world's supply. In the year 2019, Iran's saffron harvest reached an impressive 430 metric tons, making it the largest producer worldwide. The primary export destinations include Turkey and Spain, where the spice undergoes further sorting, quality assessment, and packaging before being distributed to markets around the globe. However, the significance of saffron extends beyond commerce. It is woven into the cultural fabric of Iran. Each November, when the fields burst into a vibrant purple sea of blooming saffron flowers, the landscape transforms into a poetic tableau that draws thousands of tourists from all corners of the world. This breathtaking scene stirs the soul, preserves centuries-old traditions, and sustains the livelihoods of countless local farmers and artisans. Despite the hardships involved in its cultivation and the often unpredictable nature of income, Iranians continue to cherish and uphold this tradition with deep love and pride. For the Iranian people, saffron is more than just a prized spice. It is a crystallization of their labor, patience, and cultural identity. It embodies a legacy passed down through generations, a symbol of resilience, artistry, and the enduring spirit that defines their history and their homeland. Iran, a nation deeply rooted in centuries-old traditions and bursting with a rich sense of national pride, holds countless fascinating stories and remarkable facts that often go unnoticed by many outside its borders. Today, I am excited to share with you 10 extraordinary and lesser-known facts about this captivating country. These insights aim to shed light on Iran's unique cultural heritage, historical significance, and the remarkable aspects that make it truly stand out on the world stage. I hope you find this exploration both enlightening and engaging, offering a fresh perspective on a nation that has played a pivotal role in shaping human history and civilization. As we delve into these facts, you will discover intriguing details about Iran's customs, its historical landmarks, and the proud traditions cherished by its people. Each piece of information is carefully selected to highlight the depth and diversity of Iranian culture, revealing a country that seamlessly blends ancient traditions with modern advancements. Whether it's the enduring influence of its ancient empire, the vibrant customs still practiced today, or the remarkable achievements of its people, Iran's story is one of resilience, innovation, and pride. I trust that this overview will deepen your understanding and appreciation of Iran's cultural tapestry. If you find these facts captivating, I encourage you to stay tuned for more insightful content, as there are countless other stories waiting to be uncovered. Exploring different nations not only broadens our horizons but also fosters a greater appreciation for the diversity and richness of our shared human heritage. Thank you very much for taking the time to engage with this presentation. Your interest and curiosity inspire us to continue exploring and sharing the remarkable stories from around the world. We look forward to bringing you more fascinating insights in future videos. Please keep an eye out for the next one, which will appear shortly on your screen. I am confident that you will find it equally intriguing. Additionally, I invite you to leave a comment below, sharing your thoughts or suggesting which country you would like us to explore in our next adventure. Your feedback is invaluable and helps tailor our content to your interests. Once again, thank you for your attention and support. We hope to see you again very soon in our next engaging exploration into the diverse and incredible cultures of our world.